So Roy has just asked us, how do cubs know how to stay, yes, her ears look bad, how to stay on there and quiet when mom's not around? And Roy, it's just simple evolution. Cubs that move around and make a noise and draw attention for themselves don't live long enough to become adults, and therefore don't live long enough to make babies that are boisterous when mom is not there. So it's literally just as a function of survivability. Cubs that have learned this survival technique over the years, over the eons, have managed to survive into adulthood, and they are the ones that pass that particular behavior trait through their genes onto their children, and so on and so forth. Have a look at these cubs just playing in the sand. I mean, we're actually very, very, very blessed to see this. They haven't stopped playing since mom found them, now close on an hour ago. Oh, absolutely fantastic. So Kelly in Milwaukee, hello Kelly, has asked me, and this is literally just a shot in the dark, I suppose, if a bachelor herd of impala had to find these cubs, would something as timid as an impala, or something that is so defenseless against a full-grown lion, such as an impala, would it take the chance that was afforded to it to hurt the cubs or to eliminate the cubs? I don't think that would be the case for impala, and I also don't think it's as silly a question as what you think it is, Kelly, because most things would eliminate lion competition when they can, and these cubs are defenseless. A male impala would actually be very capable of killing these cubs. However, I also think that impala are a little bit too far down the food chain to tackle even a lion cub. However, it's feasible. I can't disagree with, I can't say yes and I can't say no. I think it's definitely unlikely, highly unlikely, but feasible. I think it would be the answer to my question. I mean, these cubs at the moment are just having a ball of a time. Mom's back from wherever she was. Too much energy. Have a look at that stalking chick. Oh, there we go. Swatting. That's all just playing, but it's also practicing for the skills that they're going to have to hone over the years to come, and they need to do it pretty quick. By 1.5 years old, female lions are and need to be active members of the pride. They need to help bring food to the table. So they don't have that long to practice all these skills. And that's why we start seeing these skill enactments from young. That stalking, tapping with the front leg, trying to hide, tackling their brothers and sisters. Whoa. Watch these covers. Watch her covering herself with sand there. That is just... Here we go, there we go. Boom. And again. What's actually quite amazing is where we are right now is almost exactly where we left the lioness last night. She's not even 40 yards from where we left her last night, even though we found her a good kilometer away from where we are now this morning. She's busy cleaning herself. I'm still worried about her ears. They are looking shocking. And you are welcome to try and find out what that actually is as well. So Dory has expressed some concern. Thank you, Dory. I'm just as concerned as what you are about the lioness potentially losing some hearing in her ear. And I think it's possible if the infection is not brought under control. However, as with most wild animals, they're actually quite resilient to the effects of disease, and given the fact that they are healthy and in a good ecosystem and with enough food around, generally speaking, they bounce back. Their bodies are able to bounce back, and with very little side effect. So while it might look a bit painful right now, her ear's hanging and she may be a bit deaf right now, I don't think it's having too much effect. Ooh, dump on mom. However, I am going to be phoning a vet friend of mine who's been dealing with lions today, and I'm going to be finding out from them what it could possibly be. Of course, you're welcome to help me, and I'd welcome the help. It's always good to have some help, and with the world's information at your fingertips, perhaps you could even have an answer before the end of game drive for us. And I'll share it with everybody. Oh, these cubs, you just don't know where to look, to be quite honest with you. Every time you focus on one, another one does something amazing. Have a look at the one stalking. He's going, he's low. Have a look at that instinct there to stay and use the depression. Watch. And there we go. That instinct to go for the throat. Very, very happy little lion cubs. Now, for those new to the show, you are welcome to send me some questions using the hashtag Safari Live on Twitter, or you can email your questions to questions@wildearth.tv, and we'll try and get through as many as we can. So don't be shy, and please don't worry about sending me through questions that you may feel I won't be able to answer. We can all learn from one another, and equally so, don't feel that you could ask a silly question. There are no such things. We're all here to learn from one another, and I definitely learn something new every day. Just yesterday we had one of our viewers enlighten me on a secretion of a glandular secretion that elephants have in their eyes to help protect their eyes from dust and drying out. So I learned something new yesterday. And females giving another contact call. Penny Pine and Angie, good morning, have asked two linked questions, which I find quite interesting. The one is, would another lion's saliva actually help the lioness? And linked to that would be, are there any medicinal plants out here that the lion could eat to help her ear infection? I must be honest that I don't think so. Other than just scraping away the infection and allowing fresh blood to actually infuse the area, saliva won't do too much. It will be the licking action that will actually be cleaning the wound. Lion don't have any, anything except bacteria on their tongues, but there's no medicinal properties or healing properties in saliva. And also, medicinal plants require, for their compounds to be unlocked, require the breakdown of cellulose. Cellulose is what makes a plant cell wall, and lions unfortunately don't possess the bacteria or the protozoans. Have a look at I'll finish the question now, but have a look at these two hunting one another. And straight for the neck bites. Oh man, this is a treat. So to finish the question, lions don't have the bacterial, the protozoan in their digestive tract, which will actually allow them to break down cellulose. So eating of the plants won't do much. If they could perhaps crush the plants down and apply it as a poultice, or infuse the plants and make it as an eardrop, that might do some damage, but they can't do that. So while it would be natural for everyone to assume, why don't we just call a vet and help the lions, we need to remember that this is the natural thing, and lions do get sick and sometimes they do die. It needs to happen in the bush. Mother Nature here has a balance that she's established over the millennia, and one of the mistakes humans make is to try and intervene too soon. We get so fixated on the single animal. Watch what this young lion is doing, the one on the left hand side. Have a look at that. I don't know if you noticed. Let's see if he does it again. There was some urine there on the floor, that wet patch, that slightly discolored patch. And this lion, even as young as what it is, exhibited the Flemin grimace. Oh, have a look at him. He's here killing mom's tail. Here we go. And killing it again. And killing it again. As I tell you it. I have infinite respect for moms. You have my empathy. I don't know how you do it. Not only lion moms, but human mothers as well. All you mommies watching out there, I must be honest with you, hats off. So coming back to that little lion, he exhibited the phlegm grimace, which is an action you see adult lions do when they open glands in the roof of their mouth and they pass scent over them. These glands are super packed with sensory or olfactory glands, which allow them to correctly determine hormonal status and a number of other things. And that young cub definitely flared those glands. I don't actually know enough about the physiology of these glands to tell you whether or not they're active or even how active they are in cubs this young. You generally only see that behavior with sub-adult and adult lion. This is the first time I've ever seen a cub do it at this age.
The male, the baby should be one is the boy, the one in the middle here. The one on the side thing, and then the one there.
Oh, look at that. That was another just hunting technique there. That one cub that was on top of the bank was using elevation on the side of a game path. Let's see if he jumps down here. Let's see. He's gonna go. Chicken. Although I must be honest, that is quite high for such a small little animal. Let's see if they had their brave pulls this morning. Watch that. Once again, flattening themselves. I mean, it's like we're watching hunt after hunt after hunt here without the blood and gore. Have a look how camouflage that young cub is there in that grass. Perfect coat matching the grass color this time of year. Oh, where are you going? That's the young male cub. Also, just trying to make sure that they're using the lay of the land over there. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this time there was some more brave pulls. No? The other cubs are coming on top of the bank here towards us. Now getting to that point where they're just that little bit too far away from mom. I'm expecting them to come rushing back again. There we go. Hi there, Dory. You asked me a question. At what age could we expect to see one lioness dominant over another? And Dory, within a litter like this, there won't be any dominance structures. There will be mates and equal on equal standing. There we go. And hunting. You won't see any pronounced dominance play or hierarchies developing amongst litter mates. Not even amongst the pride members. Generally, the pride members all are together. There won't be one lioness that will be more dominant than another, and equally so out of the male lions. There also won't be there won't be one lion more dominant than the other either. They sort that out right now where we're in this phase. It's not like hyena or elephant, even buffalo. So Dave in Toronto, hey Dave, have asked, will lion cubs mimic adult lions' behavior, or are some of the things that they do instinctive? And I must be honest, I think it's a bit of both, Dave. I've seen them mimic what mom does, especially when they get a bit older and they start learning how to hunt. But a lot of their actions are instinctual. The playing that you're witnessing right now, that's instinctual playing. So hi Tammy from all the way from Washington, or Washington State, Toronto I should say, has asked, will the ear infection taint her milk, or could it even result in her death if it's allowed to carry on? Tammy, I don't think it'll taint her milk. That's got a lot to do with her general health and well-being. Might be affected by her condition dropping as a result of her body just trying to fight off the infection. I don't think the exact infection is going to do much to her milk. I see that her ear is hanging. I don't see it being too swollen. It's very red and raw and bleeding on the inside of the ear. And that could cause a little bit of discomfort and perhaps even a bit of distraction. But I've seen lions overcome much, much worse and still look after their babies, still survive. At the moment, I'm mildly concerned about what it is. It's more inquisitive than anything else. The first sign that we'll get that she's actually being negatively affected by this, or very negatively affected by this ear infection, would be the fact that she'd abandoned her cubs. So she hasn't done that yet. She's still in very good condition. Now,